Now, the Muslim holy month of Ramadan has begun for the second year in a row under coronavirus restrictions. Our reporter Hamish O'Skerry is at a mosque in the Cathays area of Cardiff. Hamish, things are very different for worshippers at the moment.
Yes, very much so, John. This mosque, like others around Wales, having to adapt to the pandemic in the best way they possibly can. Of course, during Ramadan last year, no one was allowed to visit mosques, but at least people are allowed back now with limited numbers. In the past, 500 or so people would have come here this evening for evening prayer. Tonight, there will be only around 200 people. For those not able to attend, this particular mosque is broadcasting some of its prayer sessions live on social media for people to be able to follow from home. But Ramadan is all about sharing and physical togetherness, and so coronavirus restrictions during Holy Month has impacted heavily on some of those most in need.
At sunset every night during Ramadan, Muslims break their fast with a meal called iftar. Before the pandemic, many people ate together in this mosque after prayer, but for a second year running, that's not possible because of coronavirus restrictions. So volunteers here have found a way to help.
We realised last year during the first COVID lockdown that there was a huge need from community members to actually have the meal, who couldn't really put a meal on the table and relied on the mosque to provide them that meal. So last year we actually distributed over the month of Ramadan 2,100 meals, and it's something that we've adopted again this year.
Socially distanced prayer is just one of the many ways the pandemic has changed Ramadan celebrations. When we first met Yusra and her children in 2019, they were able to welcome their wider family into their brightly decorated home to break their fast together. Just as it was during the first lockdown though, celebrations for sisters Najia and Nibras won't be the same this year.
For example, when we go Ramadan shopping, we can't get the same stuff, and we can't get all those decorations and all those Ramadan food that we used to be able to because all of the pandemic restrictions, and it makes it worse and harder.
There's absolutely no way to meet people in your house, and we can only break our fast in our houses. So it was quite different in that sense, and just myself and my husband and my two daughters every day, I guess, for the next 29 days.
Tell me about your favourite parts of Ramadan.
Definitely when the sun starts to set and we can eat dates and drink water and then we start feasting. That's my favourite part. I don't know why, it just fills me up with a bubbly feeling.
In 2019, Najia and Nibras were clear about what they were most looking forward to about Ramadan.
Samosas.
What is your favourite food? Is it still the same?
Samosas.
Some things may never change, but the pandemic has forced people of all faiths to adapt the way they mark their religious festivals. For this year again, Ramadan celebrations have to be scaled back, but the core principles of charity and kindness appear to be COVID safe.
And the need for that kind of kindness and generosity from this mosque was absolutely clear last night as a queue formed outside here long before the food was ready to be served, and 63 meals were given out in the space of 5 or 10 minutes. Volunteers expect that kind of demand to continue tonight, tomorrow night, and for every remaining night of Holy Month. Religious festivals are always about bringing friends and family together to eat and to celebrate together, and just as it was difficult for many people in Wales during Easter and Christmas before that, with the restrictions in who you could see continuing, people observing Ramadan are having to do so once again during a pandemic.
Hamish, thanks very much indeed.